that's not how you spell BETTERMAKER. What's up, DJ Rome? Yeah. Oh, the BETTERMAKER definitely makes it better. Let me tell you this right now, just so that there's no there's no illusions about that. It is a really, really cool limiter. Sounds drillish, maybe. Oh, that's the one. Oh, you could hear it. You could hear the tick ticks going. What's up, Clafmatic? Dirt One, Jane. How y'all doing? Oh man, I'm so happy. Broke down and broke down it. What? Yo, don't tell me I forgot how to use this shit. Ah, loser. You have no idea how happy that just made me. I don't know if you guys seen what I just did, but I just loaded up. I just loaded up four different tracks with different drum kits. And I had to touch my mouse. Yeah, I bought another one. I found one local for 450 bucks. So I didn't lose no money on the deal. Makes me happy. They're playing games with me. They're playing games with my life. What's up, Big Pluck? Yeah, I always loved the push. I wasn't I wasn't using it for I wasn't using it for so long. So I didn't want to have like a whole bunch of plastic sitting around my room. So I did some spring cleaning and I sold it. And then when Ableton 11 came out and they fixed the piano roll, I was like, man, I want to use Ableton 11. And then once I started using Ableton 11, I was like, bro, I don't want to make beats in any other software. Take it down. Dude, this sounds like. So I wound up getting the launch pad to launch clips from, and it was such a tease because it had all the buttons that the push had, like all the pads, but the sequencer on it is trash. Like it didn't have the knobs to use the buttons, or it didn't have the knobs to mix and shit like that. And like the SSL control surface came out, and I'm looking at that and I'm just like, ah. So I was like, you know what, if I could find one for less than what I sold it for, what I mean, I broke even, and I could make it make sense in my mind. What was I doing? Scale? I forgot where the scale button is. This makes me so happy. duplicate. Oh, that kind of. You're duplicating scenes. Yoink. Yeah, there's no screen, which is another very sad turn of events. Like who wants to live? All right, let's get these hi-hats sounding like something. You heard wrong, Greg. Somebody lied to you. What's up, Jay? Bad at all. All right, so let's do crazy 808. Let's do crazy brazy 808. Crazy brazy 808. Glide time, gliggity glide. Let's put the meter up in here. 53. What sounds crisper? The drums? Oh man. Wait till we put them through some shit. This is still on the computer. What's the 5 on E minor? Oh, I don't have to count that anymore because we got this shit now, baby. Let's go. Nice. All right, so how the fuck drill again. So it was this one. It was this one. Then we had. What else do we need in here? I'll put the rest of that shit in arrange mode. So let's go. Go over here. This is my favorite part. Oh, this is gonna this is gonna be slaptastic. This is gonna be El Slapperino. I'm telling you that right now. I don't think we're gonna need any VSTs for this. Oh no, I know which VST we could use. Any of these. What are we? We're in E minor. What the hell? Bro, where the? Oh. I was not expecting this. I thought this was gonna be some crazy string shit. Oh, yo, I know it would be hard on I know what library will be hard on. See. Let me see. Where's the old edition? Give me strings, don't give me horns. Of course I had to pick the fucking horn one. Don't want the horn one. So many horns. Sultry Whispers? We gotta use that. Yeah, we're gonna use Sultry Whispers. If you know, you know. Have I tried messing with the whole tone scale yet? No. What's it sound like? Bro, having the push and and the Novation keyboard is like so dope. Because the Novation keyboard has the capture MIDI command right on it. You know, cut some of the mud out of that early. You use it for the chords. I'll check it out. Your loop. All right, let's see if I remember how to do this. Do intro, snare, no 808, no kick. Ooh. This. Right. I want to do this. Ooh, hold on. Right here, you shut the fuck up. You just want everybody to. We need something here. We need something special. I gotta hit this shit with some gain station now. How am I gonna do this? Oh, easy. Do this one. I can't do it like that. Yo, so what I gotta do, because I'm getting ready to summit and my kick is all like up high, almost clipping in in digital land, is I need to get that kick down to like -12, so I could go into my mixer nice first. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to make this easy. I should have been mindful of this when I started, but I just wanted to cook up. You guys know how that is. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go and highlight the individual tracks. Since it's already like pre-balanced anyway. Get this down to like -12. All right. Boom. So now that that's done, let's get some summing. So I'm going to send this out to external output. This is going to go to super analog channel 1 on the SSL 6. This is going to go to super analog channel 2 on the SSL 6. My hi-hat and my snare, they're gonna go out to, I'm gonna send them out to 7 and 8. Send. What should I do? I'm gonna send these out to, how do I want to do this? I'll send those out to 5 and 6. And I'll send this one out to 3 and 4. Boom. Let's see what we got now. Yo, hold on. I was about to say. Oh, thanks, my audio marketplace. I appreciate that, bro. Thanks for getting back to us. Let me see. What does this look like? Let me see what kind of imagery we could provide for y'all. Boom. It's beautiful. Lovely. like the mixer a lot. We uh we were in Clubhouse, and this this sample maker pulled up on us. He's really cool, and he was explaining. He explained to me how he used it in his setup, and as soon as he explained it, I so once he explained to me how he was using it, it made sense. Like I didn't see a reason for a fucking $1,600 mixer when it came out, but when he explained what he was doing with it, and I tried um thumbing like passive, and I begin to realize that I don't like. I guess the idea of passive shit for audio, it's cool, but it's not really that dope. Um, but this as a summing mixer, I don't know. This is like it's amazing. You gotta do your research and see what people actually do with it. I'm already coming in at like at like negative 15 lufs. I'm gonna turn it down so that man, hold up. I didn't even put the 6 into the mix. Hold on. Hold on. What am I doing? Yo, so when I'm moving this right now, the way I have it set up, like the way that this works is that the way I was showing you guys the other day, like how I have, or the way I showed you guys with Frontier, like what I've been doing this whole time with, and the reason why I was so excited about getting this was how I had the I always put a clipper before the limiter, a clipper before the limiter type of vibe, right? So this has a built-in clipper into it, and the way that it works is you can set the percentage of how much the clipper is going to attenuate the signal before the limiter gets a hold of it, right? So right now I've got the clipper set to 90%. And so what that's going to do is before the limiter, like bro, like when I was getting really loud masters with software, the best method was to do most of the attenuation with a clipper. I mean, okay, so I've got compression here, right? So I'm smoothing out the high end with a high end compressor here, right? Then I've got the rest of the track being compressed here, right? Then we go into here, get a clipper on it, just cut the peaks off the audio, but in a pleasing way, right? And then as you push it further, it's gonna do 90% clipping, and then once I get to like 1 dB attenuation here, then I can let off it. And you guys will see, like, it's not gonna sound awful. What is that piece of gear with the touchscreen? What, this one? Oh, right in front of me? That's the BETTERMAKER. That's a mastering limiter. Bro. And there's still more to go. Like I could go you could go more. It's starting to duck a little bit. I'm gonna back this off. like, you hear how loud that is, but I still have a kick. Like I still have a kick transient. My snare's still coming through. It's because all these little stages, like how I'm taking the 808 here and saturating it a little bit so you can hear it a little bit more. How I'm taking the kick here and saturating it a little bit so you can hear it a little bit more, right? How we go into the SSL. We use this drive to saturate the whole mix so you can hear it a little bit more. And then, I mean, you could replicate all this shit in the box. Don't get me wrong. Like when you do your stages of saturation, but this is how hardware is used to like seemingly easier get you a louder, more balanced sound through like multi stages of tiny bits of pleasing distortion and harmonics, giving you the perception that the shit is louder. So let's record it and see what it looks like. What do you mean? How do I got it all routed? I got it routed with wires. Yes, Dirt, exactly. Do I recommend the SSL 6? If you know what you're doing, like if you don't know how to like if you don't know how to set up summing, then I don't recommend the SSL 6 because I feel like that's where the bulk of the value of the SSL 6 is, right? Like when you realize that it's an SSL summing mixer and you get that down, and you understand that, like like if you grasp that, then yeah. Because if you're just say you're just using it, say you're just using it to record your instruments, right? And you're just like you go and you plug your keyboards, like for example, say you got, I don't know, say you got your hydrosynth or something, right? And you plug your hydrosynth into, and you never used a mixer before. All right. And you never used a mixer before. And you plug the left and right into your hydrosynth because on analog channel 1 and 2, because you're like, I want to use the compressor and I want to use the EQ, right? And then you realize that those are both individual channels, and that you have to set the gain on them identically. You have to set the compressor on them identically. You have to set the high and low EQ on them identically, right? In order to get the desired result. Then you're gonna get aggravated with it. Then you're gonna be like, why is this so expensive? I just wanted to use. The CMP told me that there was 3 compressors on here, but in order to use them, I got. This is annoying. You can get frustrated with it instantly, and you're gonna be like, yo, I don't. The only reason why these guys buy this is because it says SSL on it. My plugins sound the same. There's no reason for it, right? But if you look at it like a summing mixer, and you come out of your DAW and you say like, okay, I got my kick on channel 1, I got my 808 on channel 2. I can then use real SSL circuits, right? From the fucking consoles to overdrive those. And then you realize you never need to load Culture Vulture or Decapitator ever again on your low end, right? And then when you realize you can send your snare to another channel and overdrive that super analog channel in the same way, and you realize that you never have to EQ a snare again because you could just drive the console like how they used to do when the music sounded expensive. You know what I'm saying? Then when you realize you could spread out your entire beat, put it in here, and then record it back into the DAW and use and use whatever methods you use to do your final processing and shit, right? Provided that you have an awesome interface. Because if you don't have an awesome interface, this shit is for nothing. You know what I mean? Like if you send audio out of this from like a Scarlett 18 or whatever they got, and then bring it back in on some subpar converters, you're not even gonna really appreciate what it's doing. You know? Yeah, Keyflow. I hear you, bro. I impulse bought it. I found it for fucking $2,100. I'm gonna use it to mix the jams that me and Six are doing, and then if I don't if I find myself not using it a lot, I'm just gonna let it go back out into the world because I know I could get more for it. But son, look at this wave. All right, Armin. Then I 100% recommend this, bro. It is like it, like SSL went nuts, bro. Like it is, like for gear, it's the best. Like you can't, especially for like especially like if you go on Reverb, because you can find them for like 1350 on Reverb, bro. You can't find nothing in high end audio for $1,300 that does what this does. You know what I mean? Like how much is a D box for 8 channels, right? Just the 8 channel D box. And you're not gonna get SSL super analog saturation on a D box, bruh. Yo, Keyflow, look at this wave. This is the fucking. This is how Mike Dean and them are like he really wasn't capping. This is this is how they do it. Are you using the inserts on the SSL for your other external gear? So I've got the SSL Fusion on the insert of the master channel of the 6, right? So you sum into the 6, the SSL 6 is inserted to the master channel, out of the SSL 6 into the G series bus comp, out out of the master fader into the BETTERMAKER, from the BETTERMAKER back into the Apollo. And I'm probably going to hook my Rosetta back up because, let's get crazy, right? Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like that's 9 lufs, Keyflow. That's 9, bro. Like my old 9 lufs did not sound like that at all, bro. That's not what my old 9 was doing at all. Yeah. I just got to figure out how I routed my snare and my My snare and my damn what's it called? Hi-hats to the right. All right, got to remember that for next time. Yeah, Money Mike's a came. Yeah, no, yeah, I got to I want to like master. I got to make like 20-30 beats with this setup. And then that way I could go and do our stuff. Yeah, definitely having good cables. Shout out to more cables. Have I used any 500 series SSL hardware? Nope. Nope. I don't have anywhere to put a lunchbox. Like I don't want to I don't want to like bend over. Although that probably make the most sense, but I don't want to like bend over and work on sounds. My FPO bill about to be crazy though. But yeah, guys. Thank you for tapping in with me. I mean, I think the reason, like, let's look at it real quick. I think the reason, the real reason, you should go with the sound that you like. Like, have you heard SSL or Neve? Yeah, I think this is the reason why I didn't like go and jump down this rabbit hole. Like, bro, the G comp, their G comp is 2,200 bucks, right, bro? So the way, like, okay, so the G comp is awesome. The G comp is the G comp is amazing, bro. But 22 $2,200, $2,200, right? $2,200. I have this same compressor inside of the mixer that I paid $1,300 for. And remember, I got two other compressors besides that. The difference between the compressor that I have and the G comp is I just have a threshold control and a makeup control. I don't have these other controls. However, the way that they've designed, if you read the like, bro, if you want to know, if you want to know how raw this mixer is, read the manual, right? So just go online and read the manual and see what they did. So the G comp in here, depending on how much signal you feed to it, will automatically adjust the attack time so that it doesn't screw your transient, right? So it has an auto attack and it has an auto release, and it sounds awesome. On top of that, it sits it sits at a what is it? It's a 4:1 ratio. So it's what you're gonna put on a bus compressor anyway. Like they already know, like, yo, when people use the G bus, this is how they use it. So they just set it and forget it for you. All you got to do all you got to do is drive the threshold, and you're gonna be fine, right? 500 of this, $2,200. Yeah, it's kind of like an opto G comp, exactly, sir. Boom. So that's fucking fire, right? So then if you want, like, then if you want an EQ for one channel, for lay one channel, you're paying $900, right? And none of you dorks can even wrap your head around using mono. So, you gotta get two. But for one channel, and this is awesome because this is the joint from the console. It's got the switch. You know, you could go from the brown to black, which is fire. You can switch these from bell curves to shelves, which is fire. You got parametric on your lows and low mids and high mids. It's awesome. It's awesome. It's $900. Like I'm not like I'm not I'm not saving I'm not saving anything here by getting this, Like you're literally like buying the console piecemeal. You're buying each strip a la carte. And these are awesome, don't get me wrong, but the best thing about these EQs, the best thing about these EQs is the high shelf and the low shelf. Like, this shit don't even give you the filters, bro. You don't even got the filters on this. It's the high shelf and the low shelf. So boom. I've got two of these. I've got two of these minus the mid section, right? Which you can EQ mids. You can EQ mids fine in software. The shit where hardware EQs really makes a difference is up here and down here. And they know that. And they put that on the 6. For two of these, you got a 6, right? just for the pre, right? Just for the Preola. What are we doing? $600 just for the pre-ski, bro. Got the little micro transformers in there. That's beautiful. We love those. What else comes in this strip? You got the preamp. Here's your dynamics. What's up, Future Sound? Here's your dynamics. Another 900, another $900, bro. You know what I mean? Like, now here you get the whole compressor. You know, it's dope. Where are the filters? Ah. They're gonna give me the filters separate. They're gonna beat me in the head another $600 for the filters. And then on top of that, that's gonna take like one of these strips is gonna take a whole lunchbox. Where do you connect them? What do you mean? You slide them into a lunchbox, dude. But look. Take one of these. It's got your little Sega Genesis card on the back. Right? Get you one of these. And then each one of these is a different say it with me now, different plug-in, right? Different plug-in you can use. And then on the back, there's your ins and outs. Now, you don't need this to make good music. You just need this to make good music sound good. So basically a Euro rack for hardware effects. Nah, bro. A Euro rack is a lunchbox, bro. Lunchboxes have been around longer. Ew. Ew. But yeah, so 590. That's why I never got into like the SSL like 500 rabbit hole, because it's like it's gonna be like it's gonna be like like my audio marketplace said, it's gonna be like 4 bands just to get just to get one channel. So it's 4 bands per channel. So for $8,000, you could do some different stuff, right? So I chose to, instead of like build 2 channels, which, especially like if you think about it, like it's just it's annoying to have, the way that we work in VST land is everything's a stereo signal. So you're gonna have to, and these aren't clickable devices. It's not like a knee, right? So you're gonna have to adjust each one of those individually. Like it's just, nah, I don't I don't I don't love it that much. But since they started coming out with these, like bro, this 500 shit, like it's not for hybrids. It's for recording with mics. That's really what it's about. It's about a cheap way to like have a couple strips to record something great with a mic and not have to pay. It makes sense if like your choice is paying $40,000 for the console or paying $8,000 for 2 lunch boxes that you can mic some shit up, right? That's where it makes sense. But for like shit like me, where it's like a hybrid setup, it makes more sense to focus on like one summing piece, and then two or three mix bus pieces. You get more out of it. What's the difference between using the SSL plugin VST and the ones we're looking at right now? The way that they sound. Definitely the way that they sound. But yeah, that's what. Yeah, and I think like when you're getting into gear, like we see these 590 and we're like, oh, that could be like the way for me to get into the sound, but it's really not. Like this is not designed for hybrid setups. If bro, like if you want, I'm telling you, bro, like if you want stuff for, first of all, don't listen to like no crazy old heads, bro. Like people who we think are old. You understand? You want to you want to look at what people are doing with the with the hybrid setups. Like on YouTube, some good information, like Mixbus TV has got awesome information. He usually gets like the stuff to demo, and he does like really good demos. He's like a really good engineer. He's like a real mastering engineer. Um he mixes real music. So, and he mixes like 808 based hip hop. He mixes rock, he mixes pop. So like it's not like listening to somebody like one of these older engineers who doesn't mix the stuff that we work on, so he doesn't have the perspective. In a lot of the demos, like in his Better Maker demo and his SSL Fusion demos, he had 808 based hip hop and stuff like that, so it's relevant. And then who's the German guy? John Sein. Damn, I guess I have to change my setup and buy only analog. Nah, you don't have to change your setup and buy only analog. I made I made tunes for like 15 years without. No, I'm lying. I always had analog stuff. But yeah, you don't have to change your setup. You could use whatever you want. The thing is, like, the culture, the like the culture that we're in musically and release wise is you know, a lot of people, a lot of people are copping pleas on the Sonics. You know what I mean? So if you're like the kind of person who doesn't necessarily doesn't necessarily value the Sonics or see the value in the Sonics, then you could keep doing what you're doing, and it's not going to change your path whatsoever. You know, you're gonna wind up in the same spot whether you have a better maker or a Pro L. You know, Money Mike's engineer extraordinaire says gear solves a problem. Figure out what you actually want more or less of, or what you're chasing in your own sound. Then seek out the piece of gear that gives you the sound that you're thinking. Yeah, that's definitely amazing advice. I think what you don't want to do is like have FOMO and be like, yo, I need to get a summing mixer. I need to get a I need to get a mastering compressor. I need to get this or I need to get that. Like, I'll give you an example. The reason like Future Sound, like the reason why I bought a Better Maker is I spent like $2,100 on it, was for one reason and one reason only. It was because it's the best mastering limiter, right? It's what Mike Dean uses to get Travis Scott shit loud for streaming. And I'm coming out with a project where I'm like actually doing vocals on it. And it's probably gonna be like, it could be like the last time I like try to do some rap shit, right? So I'm working really hard on it, and I want it to sound perfect. I'm not like in a position where I'm gonna record, like I'm 38, bro. Like I'm not gonna record 100 singles, you know. I'm gonna collect all of my artistic thoughts, put it on this one last thing, and take all of the skills and talent that I've cultivated and acquired up to this point in making music, and put it on one thing. I don't want to fucking mix that with a Pro L, bro. I don't want to I don't want to pump it up with an L2, you know? I want to run it through the best mastering compressor possible. And then in the course of using it and showing it to you guys, if you guys see value in it for your stuff and you want to like reach out and get some of your stuff worked on, you know what I mean? And I can wind up recouping some of that cost, then I'm gonna do that. Or when I'm done with the project, I'm gonna sell it. Just like the person who I bought it from used it for one project and sold it. That's what people miss about this level of equipment, right? You can get it. You could put you and you do one or two things with it. You either keep it your whole career and you use it in your business and it pays for itself 30 times over, or you have that passion project that you're working on that you need it for and you rent it, because we got shit like reverb now. And if you buy the right pieces, you might you might not take an L at all. If you get it at the right price in the market, you might catch a dub. That's happened to me a couple times. Money Mike says the Better Maker limiter is the sound of modern music. If you want to make nothing but dusty baggy jeans boom bap, then it's probably not for you. Get something vintage. Yo, but that's true. That's true. This limiter, this limiter is how people are getting loud punchy masters for streaming. Like it's the secret sauce. it's and you see anybody else who's trying to put this shit together and who's charging money and who's putting out records, it's the same shit. Come out, come out to a summing mixer, hit the Fusion, and go into the BETTERMAKER. It's the BETTERMAKER mastering limiter. We used it earlier. You can hear you could hear it if you rewind the video. Mario Marcus says my mentor told me that pre's, compressors, and EQs hold value. Yeah, if you get good ones, for sure. Yeah, no problem, Nate. I appreciate you tapping in, bro. But yeah, man, if you guys are just starting out, or you're trying to figure out how to get you know, an edge up on the competition and shit like that, just remember your music is first. You know, you got to master that first. Like, dog, I've been creating music since 1998. Like, I'm talking about creating music every single day. Like, ever since I got a 4-track and started recording, I made songs every single day. I never took a break from this seat. I have never, ever, ever. All I do. So when you when you feel like you have that amount of reps into it, and you feel like you can make every type of beat, you don't got no more questions about sound selection. You don't got no questions of like how'd he do this chord or how he did that. You could put a song in your DAW, break it down in 15 minutes. Fuck that. You could break it down in 5 minutes and be like, oh, he used this, and this. I could recreate it, flip it, blah, 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 do it better. You could create on the fly. You could tune bass by ear. You know what I mean? Like when you feel comfortable with your music, when you fucking feel like God behind the keyboard, meaning you could create whatever sonic world you want to with ease and without anxiety, then you know, at that point you'll probably be receiving income from your music, and then you can look at you at that point you'll have a business that's associated with your music, and you'll be looking for some money to write off, right? And then at that point, that's when you start looking at, you know, hybrid mixing solutions and summing mixers and stuff like that, because you're past the point of, you know, screenshotting the piano roll and being like, oh, that's how I make that bounce. I love the Fab Filter limiter, bro. I love it. I love it. The Fab Filter limiter is my favorite software limiter by far. I had it back in like 2010 when it first came out. I hacked it, and then and then I went legit with my stuff shortly after, right? Start buying all my plugins. I didn't hack my shit for long. I did that shit for like 2 years. And then I started buying all my plugins, and I wound up with the L2 because it was awesome, and I got it for $29.99, and FabFilter never went on sale. So I just didn't buy it again, and I bought it like last year, the Pro L2. And I was so mad at myself, bro, because I was like, dog, I could have had this the whole time and I was just being cheap. It's perfect. I love that. I love the meter on it, and the fact that you could set it either to streaming or or CD loudness. It's really easy to dial it in. I love the fact that it'll tell you if you're getting intersample peaks. That way you know if you're gonna clip once you bounce to end. Yo, read that manual, bro. I think it's like 8 pages long. Definitely read that manual. That future sound, that reading that manual made me a better better at mixing. Bro, it made me better at mixing overnight because they explain, like they explain what they explain exactly they explain why when you over limit something it sounds distorted. Like they explain to you exactly why your loud master on your studio monitor sounds like shit inside of your car or in your stereo in the living room. Like they explain to you exactly what happens and what you need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen. And they do it with pictures of their plugin and how to adjust it. And I'm telling you, bro, it's 7 pages long with pictures. And it will make you instantly better. No, I never tried Vocaline. I never had a use for it. I stopped recording people before I started like buying a bunch of cool shit. I hate recording people. Marcus Plays Music says, dude, I have like the same exact setup as you. That's what's up, bro. What kind of music you make, Marcus? Money Mike's it has intelligent release, but the way that I use it, like when you engage the clipper, it turns the attack off. You no longer have control of the attack. It does something different where you you adjust the percentage of the where you adjust the percentage of how much the clipper is attenuating before it hits the limiter. So it doesn't give you any attack settings after that. And I was listening to, like, I watched all the Mixbust's videos on it, and he was like emphatic. He's like, listen, and it makes sense because it's how I limit in software world, right? So he's like, listen, bro, like when you get this, make sure the clipper is doing the bulk of the attenuation. You only need to go 1.5 dB with the limiter. You're gonna like the way it sounds. Yeah, I'm talking about the BETTERMAKER right now, Marcus. Yeah, so 100. We're rapping. I got like 7 songs done, bro. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna see y'all later. Thanks for tapping in. It's CMP. Keep it simple, but don't be basic. Don't have FOMO. Stack your bread. Work on your songs. Keep it simple, but do not be basic.